Hey guys, how's it going? It's Pbogz here, and today we're going to be going over a video, a hyper, heads up, hand history, and once again, what we're going to be doing is, in the AM, either I'm going to be on Twitch, going over some hand histories, playing some live poker, and if I'm not live on Twitch for maybe an hour or two, I'm going to be uploading a video on this YouTube channel. So once again, if you want to try to improve your game, if you want to get better at these formats, once again, just click on the subscribe button and please like the video. And yeah, it's going to be just, going over some hand history, some strategy, maybe some software, all the good stuff. If you want to leave comments below of something you might want to see in the future, please do, and I'll take it under consideration. But with all that being said, let's get started here. Just going over a quick hand history. Once again, it's a hyper versus a player that I have a lot of reads on. Once again, I'm going to be blacking out their name just to be fair to them. And let's go forth with the hand history. First hand here, once again, we have 3-4 offsuit in the big blind. And our villain decides to limp. Now, if you look right away, you see limp fold, right? And his limp fold frequency is very high. So if you want to take some of these hands and isolate versus a guy like this, go ahead, right? I don't see any problem with that. Now, you don't want to get too out of hand because even tight players will realize what you're doing, and they'll either start to trap more or they'll even try to maybe limp call more. And we don't want to be playing a hand like 3-4 offsuit out of position too often of the time. I like to check back here. He decides to limp c-bet, and we decide to fold. Pretty easy first hand. We decide to ISO here for value. He decides to fold. Min raise here, and he 3-bets here, not all in. And two things here, guys. When you're playing versus recreational players, the first thing you want to do if you have hands on them is understand how often they're 3-betting not all in. This guy is 2 out of 33. You can assume what that is, right? So this is a pretty easy fold for me. If you're completely realist, you can go into your HUD and you can look up, how often recreationals in general, how often the population is 3-betting not all in these formats. And once again, you can get a good understanding of how much equity you need versus that range, depending on what sizing. Now, this is a really big sizing, easy fold for me here. Don't get sucked into 4-betting or flatting there because his range is absolutely nutted. Easy flat here. He checks back. We want to put him on a check back range, maybe some sort of traps, maybe some king X, maybe some 7X, maybe some air, but I think on an ace high board, air is less likely, and then maybe some medium pocket pairs. We check it down, pocket nines, medium pocket pairs, makes sense. Min raising here is fine, c-betting here is fine, boom, take it down. Isolating here once again is going to be fine if I wanted to. Check, check. Once again, his range is capped now. We decide to try to get the showdown here. He decides to bet river here. I actually think this is a bad call by me. Because this guy, just because of the experience I have versus this guy, he's not doing this with worse. If I had a better kicker, then sure. So I don't like that call by me. Versus most opponents, it's fine. Limping here is fine. Limp c-bet is fine. He calls. You can check back here as well to try to get the showdown. ISO here, 4-9 offsuit. I like it. A little wide, but I like it. Min raising here is fine. Was that last hand a min raise or an ISO? Okay, it was a min raise, yeah. Limping here again. Betting here. Pick up equity on the turn. Barreling. Find the fold. Isolate here, which is fine. And he decides to call here, right? So he finally calls. So what does that mean? That either means he's adjusting or his range is more middling, maybe some traps, right? So I flop top set here with 2 diamonds on the board, and having this, spades, and having this extra spade here is great, right? Because it takes away the combination of 2 spades in his hand that he could potentially have on this exact board texture. And also, it's a low board texture, right? It's a low flop, which means that maybe, just maybe, a player is going to think, okay, this is going to be hitting my range, and it's not going to be hitting his range. And even if he's not thinking like that, it's one of those spots there where if I check back, you might just think weakness, low board weakness. Even recreationals can get there, right? So I decided to check here to induce. He decided to bet. Do not play this fast. If you check here and then raise, yeah, sure, you could have some sort of like high equity type hand, like maybe 7-6 of spades or something nonsense like that. But the play is you're trying to trap your opponent, right? So flat here. Boom. I like to see that. 7 isn't ideal. 6-8 does get there. Does he have a lot of 6-8 in his range? Yeah, maybe not. Probably not too much. We decide to check again. He decides to rip it. Easy snap call here, right? Boom. River would have been a nasty one if we didn't get it in. And he had a pair. He had ace 2. So once again, not necessarily a bad hand to limp call with. But it's a spot there where what we thought happened was what happened exactly. Like, he hit the bottom pair, and he was like, oh, this guy probably has 2 overcards, or he probably has, like, ace-queen, or he probably has king-queen. Let me bet here, because his bet here on the flop isn't necessarily a value bet, right? It's like a merge-type bet here to try to find out where he is. And then he just kind of goes off the rails here, because, once again, he thinks that we have 2 overcards or something like that. And it worked out perfectly. So you got to make sure that you know your opponent. That's where the money is made, ladies and gentlemen. Exploiting your opponents, because you pay attention when you are playing them with notes, with just preparation, and once again, understanding how to break down a HUD. Hope you enjoyed. There'll be more videos to come. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And yeah, just check out the links below. Peace.